You know, many people were pretty quick to sort of point out that Sony sort of maybe made a mistake by just revealing a logo for the PlayStation 5. Personally, I thought that what they did was kind of genius, and I've covered that a little bit. But now they may have just laid down the megaton of announcements to build up even more hype for the PlayStation 5. And again, this is something that maybe they didn't even need to do. I know a lot of people just think if you're a hardcore console like fanatic or whatever that Microsoft is gonna, believe it or not, there are people out there that think the Xbox is gonna outsell the PlayStation 5. Then that's just not gonna happen. I like what they're doing with the Xbox Series X and stuff like that, and they've got some studios and some interesting games, Fables and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it'd be ignorant to think that they're actually going to be able to win anything, given the fact that, just the worldwide numbers and the way that people look at the brands are completely different. So we have to keep that in mind going forward. Now, Jim Ryan, the CEO and president of PlayStation, talked about the revealed logo and even more, and this is the stuff that's going to be very, very interesting for everybody going forward. Jim Ryan said it's important to give off a sense of consistency for products within the PlayStation brand. It's a must for anyone who sees the logo to immediately and positively think that's PlayStation. There's over 100 million PlayStation 4 owners. That is the community there. We have an obligation to keep them happy, interested, and absorbed in PlayStation. And then he talked about some other things, basically trying to get people to go from PS4 to PS5. He says during the migration from PlayStation 4 to PS5, there will still be a great deal of PlayStation 4 users. This is very important, and we have an obligation to those users as well. In the same way, we need to work out new appeals for PlayStation 5. This year will be tough, but special year for us compared to previous console releases. Then he's talking about specific things for the PS5, which I think are very important. He says each time a new console is released, the processor and graphics improve. These are enticing, of course, but we need to have special appeals as well. We've already confirmed that the use of the solid-state drive having load times that are next to nothing, and that's a major change. 3D audio and the haptic feedback, support for the controllers, and also things like that. When you try them, you'll be surprised at how much of a game changer they are. Even just playing a racing game like Gran Turismo Sport with the PlayStation 5 controller is a completely different experience. While it turns well in the previous controller, there's no going back after you experienced a detailed road surface via the haptic controls. But there's even more unique elements for PlayStation 5 to come that separate it from previous consoles. The bigger differences, quote unquote, have yet to be announced. So they're teasing stuff saying, hey, we've announced some cool things, but you haven't seen anything yet. And I think that's exactly what they need to do. Obviously, there's things that we haven't seen yet. They haven't done a full reveal and things like that. There's probably stuff yet that is going to come for the next Xbox. So, again, it is nice that Sony seems to be out in front of things. They're doing a lot of nice things, making a lot of cool announcements. And you got to just love their kind of brash and cockiness and the attitude and stuff like that. I think is really cool. So I will link this article. You can check it out. To me, they're just coming out swinging at Microsoft right away, right at the bell. I know some people, probably don't want to see that or whatever, but it's clear that Sony looks at Microsoft as a big competitor, and Jim Ryan is one of those people that sort of does that as well. So, anyway, I would love your guys' thoughts and opinions on this. Thanks for watching. Have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer, out.